Hello everybody, I am told that I am live right now. So welcome to Dragon Warrior Randomizer. I indeed should have real sound this time. I do not need to be singing for you today. Is that a good or a bad thing? We don't know. But it's a good enough thing. So, you will remember yesterday, I fought the Dragon Lord. I killed a lot of dragons. I may have let the princess get kidnapped a few times. Things are going to be a little bit different this time around, but the premise is still the same. So, I generally play with a strength and HP based name. You can have different stat builds. I go for strength HP. There is also a strength agility build, which people seem to also like. It's just a preferential thing. Anyway, so just for a little bit of an introduction, this randomizer was made by McGrew. Pretty much anything you can think about is randomized. The map is randomized, the chest contents are randomized, there are a few searchable spaces on the map, those are randomized. There are further options where you can switch around the enemy's stats and spells they have. Well, I suppose enemies can have their spells, but all the enemies here, their stats will be about the same. I'm going to try and explain things as I go, but for now we are just going to start. Oh, and there are also some sprite swaps today. We will be playing as Princess D. So starting off, your first 3 chests will have an impact on how things go. So we found a magic key, that's by default. You always get 1 key in here. Erdrick's token, which we found in the swamp on Dragon Quest, and a magic key. So this is a nice situation. We have 2 magic keys, no money though. So ideally, you want to hold on to this key until you are able to purchase more. But just for good measure, I am going to save here. I want to take a look into the treasury and see what is here. But if there's nothing useful, we're just going to reset and hold on to the key. So here we have wings, some gold in the middle, the axe ghost, that's not real, and the axe ghost again. That is a glitch. So that was fairy water and a cursed belt. Now, because we are all out of keys, we are going to reset right now. So I don't entirely understand what exactly happens, but there's a chest glitch, which will be explained at some point, because we know that we do have the money in a chest. But pretty much the game can only store so many chests, and when you make that... Wow! There's a town! So this is the town of Breckenry. We have no money, so we cannot buy anything. But for information, I do want to see what is in the store here. Looking for a silver shield is the most important thing right now. But we're going to fight some things. We have 10 strength, so that's alright. We're not going to fight the scorpion right away, though. We're probably looking for some slimes, maybe a drakey. I will try a ghost. So, what happens is... Well... Oh, pardon me. I'm still a little sick. It's not going to be a lot of fun, but we're going to try and get through it. So what happens in the castle is, when the game starts, you open the 3 chests. And then when you leave, and then go back into the throne room, it counts the chests 3 more times. This only happens at the very beginning of the game before you leave the castle. So that actually counts for 6 chests. So we're hoping to find some slimes here. The scorpion we're not going to be able to defeat. And that ghost was even a little bit much. But unfortunately, they're very strong. Here's a red slime. Hello there, you are our friend. So I usually like to try and get a little bit of a look of the land. on my way out, but because we have the desert here, which is the highest encounter rate of all the tiles, we just want to get a few levels before we go out too far. Actually, it is true that the hill spaces also do give you the same encounter rate, but it's a little bit slower to walk on them. And we have reached a level. Courage and wit. What do we get? A little bit of everything. A new spell. We have learned Hermore. So, do you remember when we were little and weak? Well, that is no longer. We do need to refill our MP because Hermore costs 5. But this scorpion will help us with that. So Hermore does a lot of damage. I don't remember the exact range, but it is, I believe, low, or rather high 50s to around 65 or so. Whoops, I'm not used to that. So we don't even want to bother with the scorpions right now. We want to find something a little bit juicier that we are going to probably kill in one hit. And get a few levels from. So we have some swamp here. That's going to do some damage to me. If we walk into it. So I'm going to see if I can go anywhere else. However, now that we have Hermore, we are only encountering the slimes. I promise, I did just roll a random seed. So maybe we can find something over here. Unfortunately, this is the gold man. You do not want... Well, I wouldn't use a Hermore on him. So our agility isn't very good. I am going to definitely use Hermore on the next thing I find. Oh dear me. We're still gonna do it. Magidrake isn't that big, but he will give us a new level. And getting more MP is pretty much the most important thing here. And so of course we get none. Now we also have Heal More and Stop Spell. I don't have enough MP to do anything though, so I'm just gonna take a little jump into the swamp so we can reset yet again. 58 to 65 sounds about right for Hermore. I really do hope we find a sparkover bridge. If you find a bridge with leading to one tile, that is a sparkover bridge. Hey look, there's a cave. So this guy is a little bit happier to find the Hermore for. We still only have enough MP to cast one. So that's not the best, but hopefully this next level will give us a little more MP than that. 9 more, so that's enough, I believe, for 2 more Hermores. And we have 44 HP. There's not a whole lot we can do right now, though, because we are very weak without it. So let's see what this is. This is lovingly referred to as me by calling him the jerk. He is in fact the man who you will talk to and get the rainbow drop made. But if you talk to him when he's not very happy and you don't have all the items, he will just tell you to leave. So yeah, obviously having Hermore and Heal More early on is a very good thing. And I keep walking into the town by accident. But we still want to find enemies that are appropriate for it. I am going to see how punching a scorpion goes now. Obviously it is still slower than Hermore, but because we have to go through this desert, and I knew the level was coming up, I didn't think that would be a bad choice. No MP from that level at all, and we get Repel as well. So still, I'm going to go try and find some juicier enemies. I'm also trying to keep in mind my money. As soon as I get enough money to purchase a second key after dying, because, you know, trying to go fast, we're going to buy more keys. A lot of swamp there, so we'll go the other way. I have actually noticed a little bit of a trend recently. It feels like I've had a lot of seeds where my HP is through the roof, and then otherwise my MP has been incredibly low. And this already does seem to be following that sort of pattern. This is a pretty swampy seed, despite the fact that I did not choose the swamp option. There in fact is an option where you can force more swamp on the map. It's fun. It definitely gives you more of a challenge. Bridge! But I think for safety of showing this off, I didn't want to do that today. Thank you, Toad, for the good luck. Alright, another level, more courage, more wit, and hopefully more MP. 8, that's decent. Pretty much I am just thinking of everything right now in terms of how many Hermores can I get out there. So just a quick check of my spells, stop, spell, repel, heal more. Alright, we do know repel, that is good. So I am out of MP now. And I'm pretty much just trying to send myself back home now. So now we have enough money to use our key and then buy more keys from the man behind here. So it's going to be a little bit back and forth process. So we're finally going to use our other key, buy one more key to open up the treasury, and then open up the large gold chest, and then come back and buy more keys. Oh, actually, I can buy 2 keys. May as well. So it's a little bit, as I said, back and forth, but it's definitely worth it. Getting keys early in the game is a very important part of making progress in this game. So I do know what these all are, and I do know that there are no more key items in here, but I'm going to get everything anyway, just in case I have a need for any of them. Yeah, I'm not aware if there is a palette swap for anything else. So here we go, we fill up on keys. If you're not able to leave the castle with a spare key, then that's usually what you'll be searching for right away. So anyway, back behind here, you'll remember the Stones of Sunlight cave from the other seed. Here we have a mystery cave. I have no way of lighting it up. So from experience, this is the tablet cave. There is one single chest at the bottom of it, and I am not going to walk through it right now. There are no enemies, and if you make a mistake, if you have no way of getting out there, you're pretty much just stuck. I have been known to pull out maps just so I can do it, but I don't have them pulled up right now, so we're just going to avoid that until I have a way of lighting up the area. So I probably should have went to town and bought a couple things, but I don't have that much money. So we're just going to go try and Hermore a few things and see what I can find in the distance as well. Now that we're kind of starting to get out there... Oh, Mr. Poltergeist ran. So we've reached the bottom of the map here. It's very unlikely you would find a long straight path like that. Just on its own. Oh, so the Rogue Scorpion knows Hermore. That's unfortunate for us, but I'm actually just going to pop in here and make a little more money. Gonna grab this chest once and grab another cursed belt because you can sell those for 180 gold, and we're just gonna stock up a little bit. Actually, how much gold do I have? 744. You know what? One more time. Rogue Scorpions are very nice for Hermoring, but when they turn the tables on you, well, that's not as much fun. So because I remember that there was a large shield in the town, we're going to buy that. It's going to give us a good amount of defense. because the shops are randomized, well, the item shops are not, but the armor shops are, there's always even a chance that you will not even find the silver shield. And even if you do, the silver shield costs 14,800 gold. That's a pretty penny. Now that said, because we do have a gold chest available, we know we can set up a gold grind. But just for the beginning of the game right now, definitely worth it to pick it up. The large shield, I mean. So, while we're here as well, we're gonna get a couple torches, a couple herbs, and a scale of the dragon. In fact, this is very close to how the run started yesterday. Though we're a lot richer. I just bought a second dragon scale by accident. Whoops. That's okay though. So remember to don the scale of the dragon. It does not come automatically. Though a difference between this game and Dragon Quest, the equipment in this one will automatically equip. And you may only have one of each type of item at the time, like one weapon, one armor. Oh, there's also a half plate here. Alright, so we're getting a bamboo pole and a large shield. Let's see if I can get these on the tracker while I'm walking around, shall we? So there is our beautiful large shield. Please bear with me, I have never actually used this tracker before, but it's fun. Do I even have a little clicker for the dragon scale? Oh, that's this guy up here, isn't it? Oh, that's the fighter's ring. There's the dragon scale. Check that out. Hey, Dr. Mutilated. So anyway, onward. A gold man knows stop spell. He knows that I have heard more and he's very afraid. So those darn rogue scorpions with their Herbmore. I'm going to heal a little, so at least I can survive one if I get back attacked. I just realized I do not have the token lit up. There it is. There we go. Nice and juicy enemies. Wow, 10 power. Very nice. And 24 MP and a new spell, which is... I suppose it's hurt. That's pretty decent. Alright, let's continue on. Cross the bridge. See what we can find. Oh dear, is the tracker not on the thing? That's okay. I'm playing tracker for fun. The Dragon Warrior level up sound is beautiful. So here is a stone man. He's probably gonna do that to us. And he did. So, you know, that's what happens. But in our last level, we did get that 24 MP. It's going to be a lot nicer now. Now that I have a lot extra, I will be happier using heal more as well. And as soon as we can get out of this little scorpion desert, we're going to have some fun. Look at that, another cave right over here that I didn't see, and another town, and another cave. So this is the Stones of Sunlight cave. In Randomizer, it's just a free chest. And we found an herb. I will check out the cave first, though depending what it is. Alright, so this is the Swamp North Cave. We are first going to check out what town we have here. Now, back in the old version of Dragon Warrior Randomizer, everything was on one large map. But in version 2.0, the Swamp Cave actually can connect 2 continents. So this is the abandoned town of Hawksness. There is going to be a boss enemy on... Stop spell, that's okay. That's even better. There's going to be a boss enemy on a tile over here. And the tile over here has a search spot. Oh, hey. A level. Very nice. Wow, 14 power, 11 hit points. And another new spell. We have Sleep. And Return. So here we find an Axe Knight. Very good. We have heard more. There is a very good chance that we will defeat him in one hit, and we do. So we will search the spot here. We found the fairy flute. Not entirely useful right now, but we will take it. So about these search spots, there are 3 searchable spots in the game, one of them being that spot where we were just at. Sorry, just thinking here. The one we were just at, one in the town of Cole, which in the original game contained the fairy flute, and another on the world map, which originally contained the token. And sorry, the spot in here generally contained Erdrick's armor. Those items are shuffled around, and in addition to that, in version 2.0, both the fairy flute and the token, as we already have, can be found in a treasure chest. Now, the armor always has to be in a searchable spot. So because we found the fairy flute there, we know that the armor is either going to be in Cole or somewhere on the world map where an NPC will tell us the location of it. Oh, fantastic. There is a tracker. Nice job, RPG chick. Well, the space was actually the Axe Knight, not the Green Dragon, but yes, you can. And odds are, I am going to be coming back here for the final grind. But right now, I am putting more priority on searching around and seeing what there is to find. Not a whole lot there. I'm at a dead end now, so I am going to go through the Swamp Cave and see what's on the other side. You definitely should try this out, Toad. Okay, I'm very weak, so I'm going to try and run from this guy. Take care, Wells. Hopefully things are alright. It was probably just a coincidence that it was a green dragon, but hey, if they're consistently there too, they're also very good for grinding on. So this should most likely lead us to the second continent, and we backdoor into the town of Garonham. So in here we have 3 free chests. Inside we find Erdrick's sword, so there is the strongest sword in the game. Big upgrade from our bamboo pole. Stones of sunlight, which is one of the 3 key items we need. And another key. So we are just going to pop out this way and then go back into the town, because there is a door there and now we don't have to go around it and use a key up for it. So for reference, in here we have nothing too fantastic. I suppose I will buy a half plate since I'm not wearing anything. And other than that, I will stay at the inn, and let's just quickly update this. So now we have Erdrick's sword. Oops. Which one is Erdrick's sword? There we go. And we have the half plate, which should be that one, and I believe that... Oh, and I found the stones of sunlight. There we go. And we have another cave right next to the town. How many torches do I have? I've got 2, that's alright for now. So this is the mountain cave. We have, oh, I think it's 5 chests in here? It's a very short cave. Generally, I mean, I want to say easy to get through, but it always depends on what sort of enemies are inside. So we found a torch, replenished that. Oh, hey now, I was wearing the scale of the dragon, totally appropriate. There is another magic key. Oh yes, I do have the flute, good call. As soon as I have a free clicky hand, we will click that. Let's see, we find yet another torch, which I will discard something. I suppose the wings, since we have return now. And a fairy water. That's essentially the same thing as the repel spell, which we also have, so we do not need to keep that one. So in a lot of situations, I would be very excited to set up the gold grind here, but because we don't know where a silver shield is, I am not going to do that. We are just going to walk out of the cave and continue exploring. The mountain cave is pretty short, so it's not that much of a time penalty for that. The Garen's Grave, that one is a bit longer of a walkout. So, not as exciting here. I'm just going to double check that I don't know the outside spell, and I do not. So I could definitely do with a couple more enemies that I would actually like to fight, but I think scorpions are just following me around. And a wizard, but actually, you know what? I just found Erdrick's sword, so let's try fighting one. Yeah, we're a bit stronger. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. There we go, a werewolf is nice to get some quicker, more experience out of. Oh, but he is asleep. Could be trouble. If he happened to defeat us in there, I would have done a small gold grind just to get the magic armor, but it's not something that I really want to go out of my way for. Oh yeah, the grave is a lot longer of a walk. Not in this version. Everything is auto-equipped. Hey, we found another cave. There aren't that many more caves left. So this actually has to be the grave here, I believe. Because this would have been the last dark cave. So there is a chance I might not set up a gold grind. Oops. No, we want to go up here first. So there are 3 chests on top here, and then 2 more chests very far down. So of items and chests that we have yet to find, the silver harp is the last necessary item that cannot be in the final castle. How many keys do we have? Oh, we have 6. Fantastic. You never want to run out of keys. Especially if you have no idea where to get more. That is not a door. Those are stairs. Shout out to the stairs command. So anyway, as I was saying, the silver harp is the last item that is necessary to get into the final castle that we need to find. Other items of interest that will be in a chest would be either the death necklace or what am I thinking of? The fighter's ring. Anyway, this is my favorite encounter ever, the demon knight in the cave. Demon knights aren't supposed to appear in caves, and they only do in Randomizer. Because of that, you can only see its shadow when I attack it, because its sprite is all black pixels. So that is just one of the most beautiful things. Really. Oh, 16 MP, fantastic. And there is our outside spell, so we can be very happy. we can cast outside upon getting to the bottom of this. I'm just gonna fight that guy and put outside on the tracker. Keeping a stock of 6 keys is highly recommended. Yeti Forest, those are some beautiful bears. Yeah, Death Necklace. The Death Necklace is interesting in this version. I am about to start coughing, so I'm just going to have some water. Please pardon me. Alright, we're still fighting off that pesky voice. Anyway. So yeah, as in Dragon Quest, the Death Necklace sells for a lot of money. But in Randomizer, it also has an extra additional little bit of fun to it that actually makes it useful. So when you put it on, you do still get cursed, and you are kicked out of the castle and not healed as soon as possible. Though I suppose in a seed like this, where your town with the cheapest inn is literally touching the castle, you're probably okay. Oh boy. But anyway, in addition to that, if you put on the Death Necklace, you will receive 10 more attack power at the cost of 25% of your HP. So in a very high HP seed, it's a very nice trade-off to have. So here we come to the bottom of the grave. Do we find the silver harp? We do not. So we cast outside and keep going. So I believe there are only 2 more chests to find that are outside of the final castle. There is the Tablet Cave, which I will definitely check out the next time we get back to the main castle. And there is a chest in Remulder that we have not found yet. Now, I want to believe that that town would be on the main map. But as we have learned recently, there is no guarantee of that in a seed where you start with 2 keys. Other points of interest, we do need to find Cole, Catelyn, and oh, Sherlock, the castle that we need to go find the Dragon Lord in. And of course, I still probably should avoid some swamp. Oh, there's a bridge. Oh, it's a bridge to swamp. I feel like this is going to be a dead end here. But I'm just going to find that out. Oh, and it's level time. I think I am just going to go back to the town. And heal off my MP before I go a little bit more exploring. I'm sorry, I do not mean to dig up bad memories. Now, that lady really wants to go to the inn. Please let me in, thank you. Now, just because Repel wore off, we'll cast it once before staying here. And all healed up. So despite the really low MP start, we're actually doing decent now. So aiming towards the end of the game, we have to defeat the Dragon Lord. Now, unlike in Dragon Quest, he doesn't have a very standard set of moves. He has either physically attack you or breathe fire on you. So pretty much how you decide if it's time to fight the Dragon Lord is if you have sort of a certain ratio between your attack power and how many times you can cast Heal More. Now I have to assume that I'm definitely nowhere close to that yet. And honestly, I don't worry too much about the numbers until after I have completed all my other quests. Now that's almost a sparkover bridge. Look at this beautiful piece of land. Let's search these tiles and see if the armor is on here. Probably not, but it's gonna happen one day. Anyway, the sparkover bridge generally would just have one tile on this side, but that is so close. I would not recommend trying to talk the Dragon Lord out of taking over the world. Furthermore, hey, a town! Hey, a Shylock! Well, that's convenient. And coal! In the middle of a swamp. Checking for his silver shield. And there is one. Alright. Now you, please let me out, thank you. Nothing is there, so we are going to have to go search the map for, well, first for Catelyn, and then for the armor. Anyway, as I was saying, please do not say yes to the Dragon Lord and accept his offer. It's not a good idea. So this is quite a fair hike away. This is quite a fair hike away from the main castle. I feel like I definitely want to finish searching the rest of this other island before I finish with it. Oh, hey, so this has to be the shrine. Yes. So that man is going to give us the silver harp. Or, no, he's going to give us the Staff of Rain. But he won't until we have the silver harp. Hey, Zedman. The enemy in Hawksness is an Axe Knight, and it's very close to the beginning castle, so that is very nice. And yeah, also having a town right next to Sherlock is a beautiful thing. So yeah, all we have is 2 towns left to find. And then probably a little bit of grinding to do. So yeah, on the lookout for 2 more towns. Yes, it is true. Pretty much everything is randomized in this. The map is randomized. And everything in the chests are randomized. The enemies can no spells or breathe fire when they previously could not do either of those. But yeah, good point. What isn't randomized is pretty much an easier question to ask. Furthermore, there is a chaos mode where the enemy's stats and their golden experience are randomized, though in this version, the more commonly played version, it is not. It's a very extensive randomizer, and it is so great. Oh, we found a town. It's gonna be something good. And this one is Catelyn. So in this town, we are going to talk to a man hidden behind a door. He is going to give us some map coordinates that we need to walk to. But, ouch. Ouch. Oh, that is really painful. So we need to heal up pretty well there. So, let us wish the warrior well. From the castle, we go 22 leagues to the south. Can I write this in here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm trying to make a save state. Please stop that. Okay. Touching buttons is trying to do bad things on the emulator program, so let's just do it this way. So we have 22 leagues to the south and 88 to the west. Oh, I think I put the numbers in the wrong thing. Well, that's okay. You can kind of follow that, right? I can always just redo it. Oh, I get it. Alright, this is supposed to be for where the player actually is, I suppose. Anyway, so 22 south, 88 west. which is a little far away to go. And because the continents are split, how are you even supposed to count that out? And the answer is the GPS. In this case, which is the prince that we are going to rescue. I am just going to... Alright, we are pretty good on items here. So based on the fact that we are around the edge of the map here... Well, that's a nice bridge. Check out that nice bridge. Based on the fact that we are very far here, I feel like the 88 West is going to be somewhere around this general on this island. But before we go rescue the prince, I really do want to try and find the final town. That's not quite a sparkover bridge, but let's go take a look at it. Actually, technically, maybe it does qualify. It does go to one tile that you can't do anything else on. Let's search it. There was nothing there. Let's search the bridge for fun. Nothing. Yeah, this is very close to a sparkover bridge. I mean, technically, it's more like a peninsula tile, but it's so close, we're going to count that. Anyway, back on track. Oh look, it's our final town. So this treasure chest down in the inn here will tell us whether or not we need to go into the tablet cave or not. And the silver harp. Though, based on how much HP I have, I might want to look for it for the death necklace anyway. But for now, we are returning home. The long, roundabout way. We are going to go rescue the prince. One thing Magru did in adding this princess sprite to be the hero is that now you rescue the prince instead of the princess. Oh, I'm a little turned around here. And I'm also hoping to find coal on the way back if I can remember where it was. Dragon 1? Dragon 1? Dragon Warrior music is quite happy. It is great. So honestly, usually I am doing a little bit more mapping on my own as I'm playing this, but I've been slacking a little bit. So I'm just slightly lost, but I believe in myself. As long as this werewolf lets me go away. Here we go. Here's where we'll find coal, which means right around this area is actually what I'm looking for. The Shrine Cave. Oh, dear me. Well, we have a lot of hits right now, so that's fine. Oh, hey, and it's level time. Level 12. 7 power. Nice. More hit points and another new spell. Anything we learn at this point, honestly, isn't too relevant. Really, for the most part, you are generally looking for hurt more and heal more. Now I just need to remember where I found that final little cave. I thought it was... Oh, there it is. This will be where we exchange our harp for the Staff of Rain. I never even checked the harp off the thing. So this chest here will always be the Staff of Rain. And let's just update Mr. Tracker a bit. Oh, I didn't realize Key was part of the... Key was part of the tracker either. Now hopefully this werewolf will not send us home, but he probably will. So just a little bit of a detour, but it's not a big deal. So definitely going to cast Repel to keep all these little guys away from us. You were the Stones of Sunlight Cave, right? Yes. So here we go. We do not yet have the Spell of Radiance, so we will use a torch. And we are going to fight whoever is here. There is a enemy on this tile, randomized between a few options, and it's a blue dragon. I am not a big fan of blue dragons myself. They have I think it's approximate 50% resistance to Hurtmore, and I always seem to be on the bad end of that 50%. How does that even work? But I have confidence since we have so much MP, we can just spam this until it does work. And we do have heal more as well. So it looks like this one is not too much of a risk. Though maybe I will just try to physically attack the rest of it. And of course it is dodging. Life is funny. Wow. Blue dragon. You're not very kind. I really didn't think that I would miss it so much. That seemed to be a very bad streak of luck in terms of that. Yeah, blue dragons can be good to farm. If you have the right sort of stats with you. Unfortunately, not so much there. So I think we'll just take a little detour. We do remember we have this fine fellow to visit. And he is going to actually free up one of our item spaces. So let's just click on that old rainbow drop. And there we go. And I suppose we'll be out of torches after this, so we definitely need to go buy a few more after this. Hopefully we'll survive this encounter this time. Alright, so here we go again. Blue dragon time. Let's go, Hurtmore. It didn't go. So landed one. We only need to land a second one. And there it is. Much better luck that time around. And there are also wild blue dragons in the cave. So here we go. Guimond, the son of Lorik. He is so happy, and there we are, carrying him. But because we have spells, we're gonna go home very fast. just like in Dragon Quest, if you die, hey, we spawn on the town. If you die while rescuing the prince, then, or princess, whoever you're rescuing, they will be sent back. But this one, he doesn't even get a nice bed like the princess did last night, so. Anyway, you return the king to his father. He wants to give me a present. Which turns out it's a GPS. It tells you where you are in relation to the castle, which is how we're going to figure out where the overworld item is. But before we do that, we're just going to buy a couple more torches. Now I just realized we had one more thing on our shopping list. And, alright, we do have one key. So I did just realize, in fact, yeah, I don't believe there is a free key on this side of the castle. Oh, but Gardenham was on the other side. Never mind. This doesn't turn out like the other seed that we don't want to talk about. But anyway, for good measure, we will fill up on keys. And go for a walk. It is very great that the print sprite is working. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm just going to take a quick peek at my stats. Our agility is abysmally low. And our strength isn't quite there yet. Our MP isn't quite there yet. But above all, we are going to go get the armor right away. And after that, we're probably just going to return back here to Hawksness. Now honestly, because my agility is so low, I'm very keen on the idea of setting up a gold grind, because your agility is going to tie right into your defense. Anyway, we need to see where we are in comparison to the castle. So the castle is 14 to the south, 19 to the east, so we need to go a little up north and very far west, because they're going to give us the opposite directions. Oh, excuse me. Oh no, I'm sorry, Kite. Though to be fair, on my layout I do have a thing saying where to watch this. So keeping repel on, we only want to get to the strongest enemies. I probably should have stayed in an inn somewhere. But that's okay. So let's use it one more time. Just to get about where we are. Alright, so we're 85 to the east, and we want 88 and 28. But the castle is south of us, and we want to be south of the castle. So we want to be here and about 40 steps south of where we are. So we're going to want to take a little walk. We'll get there. So let's just figure out on which side of this lake we want to get to. And it looks like we need to go around the other way. Yes, it's Guimon's Love. The beautiful GPS system. Oh, so do we need to cross these mountains or not? Let's see. Looks like we'll need to go around these mountains as well. And I think we are going to hop into this town. Just so we can stay at the inn. Just in case things get a little bit hairy. Our MP is pretty low. It is a pretty winding path to the armor. I mean, normally I say I am not very good at counting, but I think in a case like this, I don't think anyone is counting their path to the armor. But in a lot of different seeds, other people will count out the coordinates when they're a lot more straightforward than this. Anyway, one more try here. Hopefully we're very close. 23 to the north, 92. So we want to go one up. And here. There we go. And there's our armor. And just like that, the swamp no longer hurts us. So I guess I can upgrade my armor there. Oh yeah, I think this would be pretty much considered an impossible count for the armor. I mean, honestly, it's very far-fetched that you would be able to count it out on a different continent. Once I almost did, because you could actually see the castle from the other side. But the only thing remotely close to that, it technically was the same continent, just there were mountains separating it, so you did need the swamp cave to get to the other side, but they still were connected, so that does not count. Anyway, my mission now, I really would like to set up a gold grind, but it's kind of debatable, because the silver shields are very far away, but my agility is so low that I feel like that would be important for fighting the Dragon Lord. So let's see what sort of thing we get with our level. 12 power, wow. And that will be all of our spells. So 83 power, our damage to the Dragon Lord is getting there. But we definitely are low on MP still. Oh dear, if you did not know Gwaylin's love existed, then that's pretty brave. So let's see what we can get going here. Hey, there are blue dragons in here. That is very good for when I want to set up my death warp. Which is not right now. Please be kind to me right now, blue dragon. Setting up a death warp when you have Erdrick's armor on is not always the easiest thing. You need a stronger enemy to be able to deliver the hits to you. But you need to be able to open a couple chests first. We're definitely at the point now where we can also fight all of the larger enemies and get our experience up there. Oh, definitely. Dragon Warrior Randomizer is a lot of fun, but you definitely will learn from your mistakes. So I'm just going to skip that one chest there. We don't need to open up all the chests to set up a gold grind. So I'm just going to go directly for the 2. that are over here. And then probably go back upstairs to try and find a blue dragon. From what I remember, there were a lot of smaller enemies on this floor, so unless someone proves me wrong in the next few steps, it's hunt for a blue dragon time. For good measure, I will probably just get that other chest that's down here, but only because I know a wizard isn't going to do very well in defeating me. So I may as well. And I definitely will take another torch instead of... Didn't I pick up fairy water? I do have 2 dragon scales. You really only need 1. Hey, Silverfire. Hello, bear. Alright, so we are looking for a blue dragon. Hello. You are not very blue or dragony. So now, of course, we do not find one because we want to. How droll indeed. The wolf is not going to do nearly enough damage to us. We need that blue dragon. I'm definitely not a fan of doing this so late in the seed, but that's just kind of how it played out. The step counter is really nice. I mean, there was really no way for me to utilize it while I was doing it on my own, since I was just... The steps on this one were... It was a very windy path on the second continent. But I do like it. Oh, hello! There's our good friend. So, we are... just gonna play with our dragon scale. It might annoy him a little bit to know that we have a scale of the dragon. But pretty much, it just makes it so we don't attack. We don't do any damage. We have no chance of defeating the blue dragon. So who wants to talk about the chest glitch? I sure do, after some water. Alright, so the game can store only 8 treasure chests in its memory. So if you remember from the very beginning of the game, we opened 3 chests in this room. They never respawn, so they're always in the memory. So there is room for 5 additional chests. Generally, when you go... Not generally, anytime that you do go into a cave, and then you leave the cave, the chests will reopen. I mean, they won't reopen, they will replace themselves there. But there are never more than 5 chests at the point of any place in this game. However, in the speedrun... Oh no, that guard is on the chest we need. In the speedrun, it also utilizes this memory glitch. So currently, there are 8 chests stored in the memory, so the 9th one cannot go anywhere. So you can just continuously open the chest over and over again. So this exploit, as I said, is used in the any % speedrun. And also used here to get very rich, to make lots of money. And we're going to buy a silver shield. Oh, excuse me. Good point. Yeah, Sherlock does have 7. But honestly, it's very rare that you gold grind out of Sherlock. It has happened, though. Anyway, it's a very short gold grind, thanks to the very high number of golds. The high number of golds in the chest. That is one point. In the original game, you cannot get hundreds of gold in one grab. You can only get up to 12, I believe it is, unless it is 13. Anyway. We're off into the world again. One long walk off to buy a silver shield. And then one short walk. At that point, we're probably just going to go level in Sherlock because it is so close to the town. Game Boy, I honestly forget if I said hello to you or not, so if I did not, hello. And if I did, hello again. And thank you, Kazuki. Thank you for the good luck. This is Dragon Warrior Randomizer. Scrooge McDuck would love the gold glitch. But yes, in the regular game it is approximately 20 minutes of gold grinding. Alright, let's stop and think. Okay, let's not stop and think. I can find where we're going, and it's water time again. Thank you again for bearing with me. My voice seems to be mostly better than yesterday, but we're still having our moments. Actually, I believe Cole had the silver shield, so let's just go straight there. So this is the strongest shield in the game. Also, definitely the most expensive, so you can compare from the large shield, which is the second best. Honestly, for the money difference, technically it's not a good deal, but especially in a very low agility seed like this, you want every little bit you can for the defense. So now, let's make a rainbow. So we're just going to grind along in here and see what there is to find. Just going to take a quick look at the stats. Excuse me. So we have 123 attack power and 11 heal mores. That is not enough. Dear me, excuse my coughing. Kite, my cough has not gone away. It's a very sad thing. But I'm doing my best. So let's use this fairy flute. Yeah, we're probably going to need a couple more levels. The agility is definitely not good. Anyways, I was going to go over some math. With 11 heal mores, I think we want around 136 attack power. Actually, I forgot to check on my health. We have 124 HP. So, I believe around 130 HP is when it's around considered safe to use the death necklace. So I'm gonna go look for that in the treasury down here if I can find. Oh, dear me! Well, our plans have changed. Our plans have changed very quickly with our beautiful, excellent dodge. So first off, just because we happen to come home, we're going to check the tablet cave. Well, thank you. I definitely hope that I feel better soon too. I'm trying to fight off this cough as best I can. If by fight it off, I mean stay hydrated. So this is the final chest outside of Sherlock Castle that we did not check out. If it happens to have either the death necklace or the fighter's ring, those will both help us. So just to check, and it is the fighter's ring. So in Dragon Warrior, the fighter's ring is glitched and does nothing, but it actually does what it's supposed to and gives you your attack power in this version, because McGrew fixed it for Randomizer. It's beautiful. Anyway, because we did die there in Sherlock, we are just going to go grind in Hawksness over here. There are many Axe Knights waiting for us. Ah yes, Eric's armor has so many things to do, as is being covered already. Oh look, a level 8 MP will give us, oh that is one more heal more because we were on an even number, so that's good. That's 12, but we're not quite there yet. So let's feast upon the Axe Knights. In most cases, they are going to be defeated in just one hit of Herfmore, and being guaranteed one every single step. It's a very good deal. The only reason I was going to stay in Sherlock was because it's a very long walk over there. But because we happen to be sent back here anyway, I feel like this is the proper decision. Well, as far as I was told, it gives you nothing at all in the original version, even though it's supposed to. So yes, we will be having an Axe Knight roast. Though how well do you roast when you are covered in armor? Anyway, I believe I saw something in the tracker here, actually. Here. I can show you when the next level is. So currently, what are we? We are 14. So at the next level, we'll be at 7,500 experience. Now, I really do not know how the Axe Knight manages to attack me before I'm ready, when I am the one charging this spot, over and over again. Ah, good point. The armor will help roast you. Poor whoever is inside this armor. Anyway, you can see how quickly these battles are happening. It was only proximity holding me back from coming here before, but in most seed situations, Hawksness is the most popular spot to be leveling. And one more until our MP runs out. Now, because we're right here and really don't need to worry about anything else, I honestly think it'll be faster for the Axe Knight to send us home and heal us rather than to walk back home, go into the inn, and then come back out. And we always have a chance like that of killing one more and, say, getting the next level. So let's see, 7 power, 0 agility. That's not another heal more. So our attack power is now 135. We are on the cusp of Death Necklace land. So let's see, what did I say? 135 attack power. And we still have 12 heal mores. That sounds right. That sounds very right. We are going to let the Axe Knight send us home. Just because with 3 MP, there's not a whole lot I can do in terms of leaving. So yeah, this is... I'm pretty sure we are at about 50-50 chance to win right now. So let's do some thinking while we walk, which is exactly what Silverfire is saying. This seems better without Death Necklace. I was just about to think about that. And yes, I do think that, like, with our... Oops, I walked by the thing. With our latest stat boost, that it probably is better without. If we're at 35 attack power, that's good. If we use the Death Necklace, we would definitely have more heal mores than we need, but then we would also have a lot less health. And so that's what I will do. Yeah, the Death Necklace is plus 10 attack power, minus 25% HP, which is only a feature in Dragon Warrior Randomizer. And yes, it does still curse you as well. So I'm definitely not afraid of fighting enemies on the way out here. If I do fight enough things on the way to Cole, where I will heal for the final time, there's a chance I might try and find my way down through Sherlock as well. I do feel like getting one more level would definitely be super safe, but not necessary. And we're not getting that many enemies, as it turns out. So here we go. So we have 4 extra MP. I didn't take a look at my agility. It probably is still terrible. Our agility is a number that you really don't want to look at. So we're going to have some trouble trying to run from things. Now, seeing the Armored Knight have Stop Spell makes me very happy, because when you have Erdrick's Armor, Stop Spell will not work. So it's pretty much a free turn. That is very nice. I'm still half-toying with the idea of trying to fight things on the way down, but it all depends on what we encounter. Like wizards, very safe. Stonemen, not so much. They will do a lot of damage to me. Yeah, definitely. Even an agility build would not be super happy here. Like, as I said in the beginning of it, your name does affect your stats to a certain point, but not exceedingly overly. I think it's usually roughly like maybe a 10-ish stat difference, depending on what level you go to as well. And I don't know if it's just me, but honestly, lately I've been noticing a trend where I have very high strength, or relatively high strength, very high HP, and very low MP and agility seeds. And I'm not sure if that's just a bunch of variance on my end, but it really does feel like that's happening. And I'm almost worried the game is trying to tell me that I should be playing strength agility. Hey, board. Thank you for the good luck. Chaos mode is interesting. Like, it's more of a sometimes thing for me. I think I definitely do enjoy standard mode more often. I'm gonna be brave. Being brave is really scary when you don't run. Can you believe this? This is really funny right now. He won't stop trying to stop spell me, yet he could kill me so easily. Wow. That was really fun times trying to run from the Armored Knight, who would not even just poke me a little bit with his axe. And that is the result of very low agility. The only saving grace in that was that Armored Knight had stop spell. They are one of the hardest enemies to run from. This one, I think I'm gonna attack it. I might regret it, but I feel like it does such low enough damage to me, I'll be okay. Now, unfortunately, I'm running lower on herbs than I like to. You can only carry 6 at a time, and I think I only had 5, so whoops. Yeah, in this game, there are no runaway chances improving. It's all the exact same stats every time for that. So I don't think that if I'm fighting my way down, I'm going to be able to get to the next level. It's not progressing quite fast enough, and there are too many things that I don't want to fight. But it was worth a shot. So we're nearing the bottom floors. And here we are. Oh, Golem, please don't do that. Actually, I don't think I've seen the Fun Police yet. I've only seen green and blue dragons. I've seen the Fun Golem. He's not very much fun. Okay, after one hit, we are playing it safe and putting him to sleep. Just as in Dragon Quest, the Fairy Flute will put the Golem to sleep. Guaranteed. So you can have a free runaway. Now, here, on the next tile, there is a new feature, which is a mini-boss. It is a surprise enemy in the higher level things, and it's a blue dragon. I do not have the MP to cast a Hurt more, so we're just gonna have to go all-out physical attacks here and maybe cry when we have to use a heal more. But we seem to be okay. I only have... I am not a big fan of this, unfortunately. But... yeah. We're going to have no herbs going into the Dragon Lord fight. Anyway, after we hopefully run from this guy on the first try and we don't... Alright, you talk to the Dragon Lord, and then you mash B. You do not want to say yes to him. If you say yes to him, your game will lock up and you have no way of saving it. So normally in this battle, you want him to cast Stop Spell. Hey, we got him in the first thing. Anyway, just for a moment here, I am going to take a second. Normally when I'm racing, I'm a little more on top of this. But I'm just going to pull out my calculator so I can calculate how much damage I've done to him. The Dragon Lord in Dragon Warrior Randomizer can have a range of, I believe, 150 to 165 HP. Now, what did I say? I think my attack power I said was 135, so I should have a range of 8 to 17. So, let's go. And, of course, we start off with our lowest of 8. So, the Dragon Lord can do two things. He can either physically attack or do Dragon Lord Breath. The Dragon Lord Breath will do 42, 44, 46, or 48 damage. The physical attack can have a lot bigger of a range, but because our agility is so low, it's going to be on the high end of things. But there, he didn't attack for 26. That's a small miracle. We're very happy with that. So anyway, we're just going to be counting up our damage. That puts us up to 21. And that puts us up to 36 damage done. And then 46. 58. Large physical attack, unfortunately. 69 damage. Oh, and we get a double attack in there. Very nice. And that puts us up to 85. So when your agility is very low, or you do not get the silver shield, so your defense is lower, there is a chance the Dragon Lord can do more than 49 or more damage, though generally it is considered very safe if you are at 49 or above. So we are up to 95. Yeah, that's another good point. We do have higher HP, so the chances of getting double hits are very good, which also increases your chances. So I believe we're up to 105 now. We're doing very well, is pretty much the point. We're getting a lot of 10s now, though. So that's 115, but there we got another double attack in. So we are very, very happy with this. Up to 127 now. $141. So we could potentially kill the Dragon Lord on the next hit, though I believe it'll be guaranteed within 2? I suppose not, but pretty much the fight is guaranteed at this point. So that was 150 damage that we did altogether. And there's 164, and we have defeated the Dragon Lord. We have gotten the Ball of Light. So all that's left to do to complete the game is return to the castle. And say hello to the king. Now, normally time ends like here, but because we rescued the prince, we do have to wait for him to say these things. So, should we let the prince travel with us? Nah. Oh. But thou must. But thou must. So then eventually you say yes. So happy. And that is Dragon Warrior Randomizer. Thank you for all the GGs, everybody. Oh yeah, that was about an hour and a half. I do not remember what I said it would be for... Oops, I just opened up Google. I don't remember what I said it would be for the approximation. But that is that. I was going to open up the schedule but it was in the way of my GG. I think I will just... open up a new window here. I just want to see who is next on the schedule. We did move some things around a little bit. I was not supposed to be playing right now, but I did. So assuming we are just switching these two around, next will be Final Fantasy VI, Kefka at Narsh Race. I don't know what that means, but they will. Natara versus Keishura. And that should definitely be a fun time. So this was the last thing that I will be playing for this event, but it's been a lot of fun. And definitely the rest of it should be as well. So thank you so very much for joining us. And hopefully we will see you all again at the next event. Other than that,